Today lecture is based on test of significance of difference of two propositions. There is two sample sizes given, two sample propositions x1 and x2 is given. So we have to calculate p1 dash and p2 dash using this formula x1 divided by n1 and x2 divided by n2. Here p1 dash p2 dash are the sample propositions. After that we have to formulate the null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis means P1 equal to P2 and alternate means P1 not equal to P2. After that, we have to choose the level of significance value as 5% or 1%. Next, the modified formula for two proposition is given here, where P is x1 plus x2 divided by n1 plus n2. And the Q value, which is equal as usual, it is 1 minus P. Coming to the example, if a sample of 300 units of manufactured product, 65 units are found to be defective. And in another sample, 200 units, there were 35 defective. So here our N1 is 300 and N2 is 200, X1 is 65 and X2 is 35. Thus, there is significant difference in the proportions of defective in the sample set, 5% level of significance. So alpha value is 5%. Here there is no less than greater than symbol is given. So we have to formulate null hypothesis as P1 equal to P2 and the alternate hypothesis as P1 not equal to P2, not equal to symbol arises. So it is a two-tailed test. Next, we have to find the P1 dash. It is x1 dash divided by n1. So it is 0.22. And P2 dash is x2 dash divided by n2. So 35 by 200. So finally, we have to substitute in the P formula. We get P value as 1 by 5. Then what is Q? It is 1 minus P. That is 4 by 5. After that, we have to substitute in the test statistic formula and proceed for the final answer. We get the calculated value as 1.33. Next, we have to calculate the critical value which has been taken from the table. So here alpha is 5%. 5% to take test means the value is 1.96. So our calculated value is less than the tabulated value. So we will accept our H naught. That means the statement is the difference in the proportion of defectives in the sample is not significant. Next, in example 2, a machine puts out 16 imperfect articles in a sample of 500. Okay, that means N1 is 500 and X1 is 16. After the machine is overhauled, it puts out 3 imperfect articles in a batch of 100. So our N2 is 100 and X2 dash is 3. Has the machine improved? This is our question. So first we have to formulate H naught as P1 equal to P2 and note the symbol overhauled. That means greater than symbol H1. P1 is greater than P2. So it is on one-tailed test. Next, we have to calculate the propositions P1 dash, P2 dash using the known formula and substitute in the P value. We get P as 19 by 600. And next we will find Q as 1 minus P, that is equal to 581 divided by 600. After that, we have to substitute in Z statistic formula. The final answer is 0.104 and it is a 5% level of significance one-tail test. So 5% one-tail means answer is 1.645. So our calculated value is less than the tabulated value. So we will accept our H naught, that is the machine has not improved due to overhauling. This is our conclusion. Next problem, a random sample of 400 men out of 200 were asked whether they would like to have a school near this their residence. Next, 200 men and 325 women were in favor of the proposal. Test the hypothesis that the proportions of men and women in favor of the proposal are seen against that they are not at 5% level. So first we have to formulate H naught. So in the H naught, totally 400 men. In the 400 men, 200 men are favor. So 200 is our X1 dash and N1 is 400. So P1 dash value is 0.5. And P2 dash is 325 women is favor. So totally 600 women is present. So 325 divided by 600 is 0.542. And N1 is 400 and N2 is 600. Using the known values, we will find the P and Q value. After that, substitute in the Z statistic value. Its value is minus 1.303. If minus arises, means we have to take modulus on both sides. So the calculated value is always positive. That is 1.303. The critical value of Z at 5% level of significance. It is a two-tailed test to know. So the answer is 1.96. So our calculated value is less than the tabulated value. So we will accept our H naught, that is men and women do not differ significantly in their attitude as regards in the proposal. In example 4, in a sample of 600 students in the college, 400 are found to use dot pins. In another college, from a sample of 900 students, 450 were found to use dot pins. Test whether the two colleges are significantly different with respect to the habits of using dot pins. Significantly different. That means in our H0, P1 equal to P2, and in H1, P1 not equal to P2. So it is a two-tailed test. Next, we will calculate P1 dash and P2 dash. Here, X1 dash is 400 and X2 dash is 450, and N1 is 600 and N2 is 900. Using the known values, we will calculate P and Q values and substitute Z statistic value. We will get the value of 6.513, and it is 5% level of significance, two-tailed it is. So the answer is 1.96. So the calculated value is greater than the tabulated value. So we will reject our H naught. That means that's a significant difference between the two colleges of using dot pins habit. This is our conclusion. These are the tutorial problems for your practice. So in these problems, there are two sample size values and two particular values. So using these values, formulate H naught and H1. So the alpha value is not mentioned, means usually we will take 5% level. And here there is no word about greater than, less than. So in alternate hypothesis, we will assume it as not equal. Not equal symbol comes means we will go for two-tailed test. So using these conditions, find the Z statistic value. This answer is for calculated Z statistic value. Find it and check the correct answers. Thank you.